part 9 of lesson number 16, let us continue with the concept of liquefied petroleum gas LPG. Okay, so as I have explained you in the earlier part, this LPG is very easy to handle. Okay, whenever any leakage of LPG gas takes place, it can be easily detectable. We can just easily find out, okay, something is bad smell is there, particular smell is there, and we can identify that there is a leakage of gas. So this liquefied petroleum gas you have seen in our day-to-day life in our house. These liquefied petroleum gas cylinders are used. Okay, so we have seen the cylinders, correct? They in our household, in our kitchen, the red color cylinders which are present, they are the cylinders of LPG. Okay, they are LPG, called as LPG gas. And this LPG gas, it consists of what? Propane and butane. That two components are there. They are present in 30:70 proportion, and the gas is subjected to a high pressure and filled into the cylinder. And therefore, whenever we turn on the key of your gas stove, okay, burners, whenever you put on the switch, that gas starts coming out from that burners, and whenever you just spark a lighter, what happens? It catches the fire. And this is how the LPG works, LPG cylinder. And nowadays this LPG is available in our kitchens through pipelines as well. In some places this pipeline gas has been there, and that gas, LPG gas, is provided to a houses through this pipeline. And there also same procedure method is same. Only thing is that the small cylinders in our household use this liquefied petroleum gas is filled into the cylinders, and through the pipeline gas, it is a big storage is there at one place, and from there it is circulated through a pipe, the way we have the water. Okay, two water pipelines are made, same way nowadays there are the gas pipelines are available. So liquefied petroleum gas, you don't experiment, but some time whenever your LPG gets exhausted and you order or you book for a new cylinder, and the technician, that person comes to take the cylinder, you just ask them to shake it vigorously and show it to you. You will hear the sound of liquid. Okay, inside the cylinder you will find that there is a voice, it's a sound of liquid. Okay, so this LPG, this CNG, LNG, these all are example of natural gases. Now the demand for fuel has increased greatly due to the rapidly growing population, but the reserves of fossil fuels are very limited. Means everyone is buying a car, everyone is buying different instruments, and the fuels which we require, okay, like a petrol, diesel, everything we are using the vehicles, they are running on petrol and diesel. Now if you take example, some years ago, that is approximately 20 to 25 years ago, no, every house, means after 10 houses there used to be one car into the society or into the colony. But nowadays in each house there is a car, means everyone is buying a car, and the usage of petrol, usage of diesel also has been increased. Okay, so it is because of growing population, it is because of some different policies by which the people can buy the vehicles. But what is the effect of it? It is becoming very difficult to meet this increased demand of petrol, diesel, natural gases, and the likelihood of these reserves are getting exhausted. They are about to finish. Okay, and it is nothing but it is called as the energy crisis. It is called as energy crisis. Now, as the reserves of fossil fuels, namely mineral oil and coal, are limited, and the demand is increasing, the alternative fuels are also coming into use. Hydrogen, biofuels, methanol, wood alcohol, ethanol or green alcohol are some of the alternative fuels. Means now these, we know that after some years these mineral oils and coal is about to finish. So man has started searching a different options for that one. Which are those options? Use of hydrogen, use of biofuels, means the fuels which are prepared using the bio means this thing, extra products from the live animals. Okay, then methanol or it is also called as wood alcohol. So it is also cheap and people are trying to find out that they should be used as a alternative fuels. So here we have come to an end of the topic fuel. Okay, now next topic that we will start will be the forest resources. So from start till end we have learnt here the natural resources in the earth's crust. Okay, now we are going to see in next part forest resources. We are going to see the different resources which are present on the earth's crust. Okay, it is not in the earth's crust. We don't have to go deep inside the earth's crust. We have completed that topic. Next topic is forest resources, that we will see into next video. Very good morning, students. Lesson number 16, Natural Resources, Part 10. Today we are going to start with the next natural resource, that is called as the forest resources. Now, what is mean by forest and what are their uses to us? Now, already we have studied it many times, the uses of forest, but let's revise them again. An extensive area of land covered by a variety of plants is called a forest. Okay, what is the definition of forest? The extensive area of land covered by a variety of plants is called as a forest. A forest is a natural habitat of plants, animals and microbes. You know that in forest there are not only plants, there along with the plants there are different animals, there are different microbes. If any water bodies are there, in that also different water animals, creatures are staying. About 30% of the total land of the world is covered by forest. So forests perform certain specific protective and productive functions. Now you know that very well what are the uses of forest. Means if forest wouldn't have been there, if animals wouldn't have been there, or if plants wouldn't have been there, what could have been happened? Okay, so let us see the protective function of forest. In next topics, next videos, we are going to discuss different uses as well. But now let us see the protective function of forest. Means what, in what way forests are helping us. First one, to reduce the velocity of water flowing over the land. Okay, velocity, this concept we have already learned in a physics. So what plants do, or forests do, they reduce the velocity of water flowing over the land. Now due to the rain, due to the heavy rain, you know there is a logging of water on the land. And suppose in any particular area if there is a slope, okay, slope is there, then what will happen? It will all water which is getting logged over there, it will easily carried to the another place. So what function, what forests do? Forests have the many plants, many creepers, many climbers, So grasses are there. So what all they do, they hold the water, they stop the flow of water. Means in short, they reduce the velocity of water. Secondly, it prevents or it soil erosion. Now you know what is the meaning of soil erosion. Okay, whenever the heavy rain takes place, with the water or with the rain water, all the nutrients which are present in this soil, it gets washed off. Because of the continuous flow of water, it gets washed off, and as a result the soil becomes barren. Means the soil become barren means what? There all nutrients gets washed off, and because of which no other plants or good quality of crops and plants can grow in that soil. So what forests do? They prevents the soil erosion. As a result of grasses, climbers, plants in the forest, easily flow of nutrient is stopped. So second function of the forest is it prevents the soil erosion. Third one, to help the percolation of water into the ground. What is the meaning of percolation? Percolation is nothing, a penetration. Okay, whenever heavy rain takes place, instead of, because of this plants which are present, what they do, they stop the flow of water, and as a result, whenever that water gets locked in, that percolates or penetrates deep into the water. So because of the presence of this plant, the percolation of water is done because of the forest. Okay, so this was the third use of the forest. Lesson number 16, part 11. Let us continue with the use of or the protective function of the forest. We have discussed first three functions. Let us see the fourth function of the forest is to control floods. To control the floods means it is obviously because of the forest, because of the trees which are present in the forest, it controls the cycle, water cycle in the nature. Okay, so obviously the flood position is being controlled because of this forest. Then secondly, next will be to reduce the rate of evaporation. Means evaporation is what? Whatever water is present on the surface, it gets evaporated. It is converted into the water vapors because of the sun. But due to the forest, due to the different plant or due to the covering of plant on the ground, the sunlight cannot reach directly onto the water, or it cannot directly transform into the gas. It maintains the temperature as well, because of which evaporation is avoided. Then it protects the wildlife. Now it is but natural that you know that in forest different wild animals are staying and it is their house. Okay, a forest is their home, it's their shelter. Nowadays in a news you might have heard many times that some animals or wild animals are seen into the villages. Some leopards and all that, they are coming into villages and catching the village people or small children or some animals of the villagers. Now why all these things are happening? Because the continuous use or innovation of human being into the forest, the animals have lost their shelters. What we have done, we have cut the forest, we have made that land for our construction purpose use. Then because of this, these wild animals are losing their protection, they are losing their shelter, and as a result the balance of that nature is getting disturbed. And that's why to get a food now, obviously, if they don't get food into the forest, they have to enter the villages, they have to come to the human. Okay, so it is very important to maintain the balance. That forest plays very important role. Now to control the flood also, that fourth point, that same thing it is there. Because of the forest, the process of transpiration, then because of that transpiration, because of the evaporation, the rate of evaporation, water moisture collection is maintained, it is balanced. If forest is not been there, then what will happen? All the water which is present in the earth, on the soil, it will get evaporated fast, and the water cycle will get disturbed, and because of which suddenly somewhere at some places the heavy rain takes place unnecessarily, and nowadays it's happening for many time. Okay, you might have heard in the news channels that some this thing water logging is taking place immediately after rain. The water logging takes place. Now why all this happened? Because we have made the concrete roads. Because of that concrete roads, the water don't get place to percolate into the ground. Okay, therefore it gets locked. It floods. So during the flood also is what? It's same thing. Because of the disturbed water cycle, the heavy rainfall, unnecessary rainfall takes place, and whenever it is raining heavily, the water should get a place to percolate into the ground. But nowadays what man have done? Due to the construction, due to the building of concrete roads, the penetration of water into the ground is not there, and because of this, these floods, then waterlogging, all these problem arises. So next protective function is what? To maintain the balance of atmospheric gases. So all these things are connected to each other. Each point which we are discussing here, it is ultimately they are connected to each other. Okay, so thus forest helps us to improve and maintain the quality of the environment. So to conclude this topic, what we should conclude, that we have to, if you want all these uses, these functions to be carried out smoothly, this forest helps to improve and maintain the quality of environment. But to run this or to maintain this quality, we have to maintain the forest. Okay, we have to preserve the forest. That is the ultimate conclusion. Okay, now in next part, let us see what are the different uses, what are the different protective functions we have seen. In another way, how they can be useful for the man. Lesson number 16, Natural Resources, part 13. In this part, we are going to learn the resources that we get from the nature. Natural resources type is ocean resources, or the substances that we receive from the oceans. Okay, you know there are various different types of oceans present on the earth, and the water which is present, or the sea water, is salty in taste. Though we cannot consume that water directly for drinking purpose, there are many uses of the ocean or sea water. Now, the energy also can be obtained on large scale from the ocean. That water is not only useful for drinking purpose, but the energy created using ocean, it has been used on a large scale. Sea waves at high and low tide and ocean currents are being used for generation of power. Okay, so that is the most important use of the ocean, that energy generation, power generation is done with the help of high and low tide or ocean currents. Last year we have learned something about this in geography. There are reserves of variety of natural resources in seawater, at the bottom of the sea and beneath the seabed too. Means not only in the water but beneath the seabed. Seabed means the surface, not you can say the down surface of the ocean. It is called as the seabed. Beneath that also many resources are available. Now these resources are available from seas and oceans. They are called as marine resources or ocean resources. Okay, so let us try to understand one by one which are those different resources. What is the marine wealth? Scientists believe that billions of tons of minerals are to be found dissolved in ocean water. There are very large reserves of tin. Okay, it's a metal, tin, chromium, phosphate, copper, zinc, iron, lead, manganese, sulfur, uranium, etc. in the ocean and seabeds. Now we have learned the in last topics the minerals, ores, okay, that concept, and you know that they all are important for the extraction of metals, and mostly these minerals they are found in ocean. Okay, they are that we can extract from the oceans. Okay, so billions or you can say tons of minerals are dissolved in the ocean water. Along with that, we get many types of gems, conches, shells, pearls. Okay, all these are valuable things. Gems, conches, shells, and pearls. They are very important. They are very costly also. Okay, for making jewelry, these are the used. Real pearls are even costlier than gold. Means whatever pearls which are now available in market we are buying, they are not the real pearls. Okay, in last year, or I think in 6th standard in science lesson, we have learned the method how the artificial pearls are made, or they are called as the cultured pearls. Okay, but the natural pearl which is made naturally in the sea, it is very costly, even costlier than gold. Correct. Then what else are the uses? Large scale reserves of mineral oil and natural gases are at the bottom of the sea. Okay, so whatever we have studied in the starting of the lesson, the conclusion is in this part. Okay, so all mineral oils, natural gas, then different minerals, they are dissolved in ocean water. So in short, ocean or the sea is very important source of energy. We avail all those things by drilling oil and gas wells. Mineral oil, how they are extracted? The gas wells are drilled inside the sea. Okay, in India, the first mineral oil well is which is called as Sagar Samrat. It was drilled in 1974 at the oil field called Bombay High for obtaining mineral oil and natural gas from the bottom of the sea. The natural gas from this well is carried via a pipeline to a place it's called as the Uran. So in Bombay, this is Bombay High is commonly known as the Bombay High. Is a mineral oil well present. Okay, so let us see what else or the what different along with this what different uses or the resources we can get from the ocean, that we will study in next video. Lesson number 16, part 12. Let us discuss the different uses. We have seen the protective function of the forest in last part. Now let us see the productive functions. Productive functions means what products we get from the forest. Very first and very common product you know that we get from forest is wood. We get strong and durable wood as also firewood from trees like teak, mahogany, neem, acacia, subabul. Okay, so these are the different names of the plants which are present in the forest. Means in forest there are n number of plants are there, but out of those plants each and every plant can't be used for this thing as a firewood or for different purposes. So there are particular trees whose trunks are very strong and durable. Okay, so which are those? Teak, okay, teak, mahogany, neem and acacia, Subabul. So these are the name of the trees out of it, Subabul and mahogany neem. These names you might have heard, or which are our vernacular in our day-to-day language. These words are only used for those plants. Wood is also used for making furniture, farming implements and various other articles, as well as in the construction work. Forest wealth includes, okay, along with this wood, what else we get from the forest? We get fibers, paper, rubber, gum and aromatic substances. Fibers, okay, fibers from the plant or leaves of the plant or the bark of the plant. Fibers are extracted. Paper, you know that the papers are prepared using plants. Okay, then rubber we get from the rubber plants. Gum is nothing but the sticky substance that we get from the plant. If you give the cut at the stem of the plant, the sticky substances, colorless substance ooze out or comes out from that. It is called as a gum. And some aromatic substances. Aroma means what? A pleasant smell, nice smell. So some substances which have the pleasant smell, they are called as the aromatic substances. So some aromatic substances are also derived from the forest. Now we get fragrant essential oils from lemongrass, vanilla, kevda and vetiver, or it is called as the khus. Now they have given us some words which we use in our day-to-day language. Okay, lemongrass is nothing but the you might have seen the long leaves. Okay, gauti chaha. Now in normal in Marathi or Hindi we call it as a gauti chaha. What it is been there? It's a grass only, but it have very pleasant or nice fragrance. Vanilla that is also seed. Some seeds are there that we get from the vanilla plant and they are used as a essence. Okay, vanilla essence. You eat the ice creams, you eat the cakes or biscuits. In that vanilla essence is added. Okay, then kevda is also very nice fragrance. Vetiver or khus. Now this khus is nothing but the sharbat. Whenever you might have heard this word, that khus sharbat is prepared during the summer season. So all these substances, they are having fragrant essential oils which gives the essence. Then what else? Sandalwood. Sandalwood means chandan. You might have seen that also. So that sandalwood and oil of eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is nothing but nilgiri. So that nilgiri, that chandan, all these are the Ayurvedic or as well as the aromatic substances, aromatic oils. Essential oils are extracted from this one and they are used for making soaps, cosmetics and incense sticks. In addition, we get various fruits, bulbs and roots, honey, sealing wax, then catechu, dyes, etc. from the forest. So what are those? Fruits we get, bulbs and roots means the bulbs and roots which are present underground. Okay, like a sweet potato, they are the tubers, or you can call it as a bulbs or roots. Then honey, it is obtained from the forest. Sealing wax, okay, for sealing purpose, that red colored seal wax is there and that we get from the plant. Then catechu is nothing but the red colored, you might have seen, it's a substance, it is added to the pan. Okay, that eatable pan, the people, those who are having, they make use of that one. Okay, that gives the red pigment, red color. So all these colors, dyes, natural dyes, that is also obtained from the forest. Along with this, there are presence of some medicinal plants. Okay, so here you can see in the table they have given adulsa, bale, neem, periwinkle, cinnamon and cinchona. So these are all medicinal plants, Ayurvedic medicinal plants. Okay, so Adulsa you might have heard. In some of the houses, it is used as for the treatment of cough and cold. Okay, it is syrups are also available in the medical shops. Bale. Bale is also the plant. It is used for the treatment of diarrhea, neem, fever and cold. Periwinkle plant is used for the treatment for cancer. Cinnamon used for diarrhea and nausea, and cinchona it is used for the treatment of malaria. Now these are some of the medicinal plants. There are many n number of plants are there. What you can do prepare a list of some plants like ashwagandha, shatavari, amla, hirda, beheda, tulsi. So these all words are, these are the Ayurvedic or you can say medicinal plants. Okay, so take the help of your grandparents or the people in your neighborhood who have the knowledge of these plants to obtain the information. So this can be your homework, or what you have to do, you can make one chart, one table in which you have to write down the uses of these medicinal plants. The way they have made table for you, same way you also have to prepare one table. Okay, so this is all about the usage of a forest. Okay, so we have to conserve our forest. We should not cut them. Many more trees than are cut down should be planted and looked after. Okay, means we have to cut wherever it is necessary, we have to cut, but at the same time we have to plant new trees as well. The stringent or restriction laws, regulation has to be made, or they are already made, but it is our duty to follow them strictly. So these all things we have to do. We have to conserve our nature, we have to conserve, we have to protect the forest. So here we have come to an end of the resource that are present on the surface of the earth, that is forest. In next part, let us discuss the another topic, that is ocean resources. Let us start studying which mineral resources which we obtain from the oceans. Now let us see or have a look at the chart. First one that we have given is thorium. Thorium is a substance, it is used in the production of atomic energy. Now what do you mean by atomic energy? You might have heard the word atomic bombs. So that atomic power, it is all related with these substances, that power, that energy is received from the substances which are called as radioactive elements, radioactive substances. Okay, so thorium is one of the radioactive substance which generates the atomic energy. For production of atomic energy it is used. So this thorium we can get from, or we can take out from ocean. Next is the magnesium. Now magnesium is also a element, it can be used in the bulb of camera. Okay, flash bulb of camera. So these all substances, when we have learned the lesson elements, compounds, elements and mixtures, you might have thought that along with the iron, aluminum, copper, that we know the uses of them. Okay, metals, common metals. But other elements, when you have heard that word, you might be thinking in what purpose or for what purpose it is being used. Now you will come to know that these substances are used in what ways. Okay, so magnesium, this can be used in the flash bulb of a camera. Next one is a potassium. Potassium is a substance, is an element. It is the main ingredient of production of soap, glass and fertilizers. So this potassium, this magnesium, that is received from oceans. Okay, so the main ingredient, we have seen the soap production also, that is potassium salts and sodium salts. So they are the main ingredient of producing soap, glass and fertilizers. Then sodium is also obtained from ocean, and it is used in the production of cloth and paper. And next one is sulfate is used in making artificial silk. So all these elements which we have learnt in this table, these all names, in many lessons we have read these elements, but now here actually we are coming to know that where these elements are used. Okay, so not only these 5 or 6 are present, but some common elements which we are familiar, that that minerals are listed over here, and that uses are given over here. Okay, actually from the ocean, along with this, many different resources, many different elements are extracted. Now the methods are not, you don't have to study in detail, but still those who have the interest in learning what do you mean by atomic energy, okay, you can search on the internet, or else search on YouTube how the thorium is used in the production of atomic energy, or magnesium is used in flash of bulb of a camera, how it is used. So those who want to do the extra study, they want to acquire the extra knowledge, can search the information for this on the internet. So this was about the mineral resources from oceans. Now let us study the bioresources that we get from the ocean. Lesson number 16 in part 15, let us study the bioresources in ocean. Okay, which are the bioresources? Now bioresources means the resources or the substances that we receive from the living organisms or living animals. First one is fishes. Okay, now everyone is familiar with this word, at least those, even if you don't eat, but we have seen the fishes. Okay, so fishes like pomfret, sea fish, as also and shrimps and prawns, they are the sources of proteins and vitamins, and therefore they are mainly used as a seafoods. Okay, so the seafood is not only it is consumed for the sake of taste. Okay, along with this taste, different is the rich source of protein and vitamins. So we are supposed to eat the fishes. Those who don't eat the fish, okay, then what the tablets are available in which the cod liver oil, like that tablets are available in the market. So even if you don't want to consume the fish, the protein tablets are present which are having protein and vitamins. Then dried shrimp, Bombay duck powder. Okay, dried shrimps are also the this is like a conches, shrimps are there, and Bombay duck powder, they are used as a poultry feed and it's a good manure. Okay, so there Bombay duck powder means is the Bombay duck is the name of the fish. It is dried. Whenever it is dried and ground, it's converted into powder. So that powder is used as the poultry feed, means for feeding the hens in a poultry farms, these things are used. Next use is shells. Okay, the shells are used for preparation of medicines, ornaments and decorative articles. Now shells, you might be again you will ask how it is used for preparation of medicines. Calcium. Okay, you know that the shells, they are the rich source of calcium. So fully they are not added to the medicines, but some part of that it is extracted. Calcium is extracted from the shell and it is used for making the medicines. And along with that, some decorative articles, some ornaments are also made of shells. Then fungi, which is present in ocean, it is also used for the production of antibiotics. We have learned this, that fungi is used for the production of antibiotics. Then shark and codfish, they are used for producing edible oil rich in vitamin A, D and E. So as I was telling you that these edible oils, though we don't eat the fish, but there is no harm in consuming these oils which are very much rich in vitamins A, D and E. Okay, then sea cucumbers are also used as a medicine for treating cancer and tumors. So sea cucumbers are also the marine animals which are used for the making medicine for treatment of cancer and tumors. Okay, tumors are also the bulging which are occurring on the skin or on the body of the human. They are called as the tumors. Okay, so for the treatment, for medicine, as a medicine, the sea cucumbers are used. Now, along with these bioresources, the marine occupation. Okay, what is occupation? The occupation which give the money to the man. Okay, that is the marine occupations are there like fishing, salt farming. Okay, fishing, you know, salt farming is nothing but again it's a big industry making salt using the seawater is also a business. Then transport business, a transport by sea tourism, this is a means of financial income, and then manufacturing of decorative articles. So these are some occupations, or these are certain professions or certain things which can be done by a person to get a money as a business. It can be done. Okay, so all here we are coming to an end of the lesson natural resources. We have studied the mineral resources, we have studied forest resources, and we have studied ocean resources. Always remember that these all natural resources are very important for meeting our needs. So reserves of some resources are limited, and there is a danger that excessive use, continuous use will lead to their early depletion. So it's all our duty that we must keep a control on the use of natural resources to maintain the balance in nature. Thank you very much.